Number 35 is Astral Weeks by Van Morrison. I will admit I have not heard this album from start to finish. I don't know why, because I actually really do love Van Morrison, and this album has one of my favorite songs by him on it, which is Sweet Thing. I just think that's such a beautiful song. It's, yeah, I just love it, and I was told that this is one of the top 4 albums that every songwriter needs to listen to from one of my songwriter friends. So this is the second album I listened to within those 4. This album came out in 1968, I believe. I listened to the remastered 1999 version. I have to say, the list of songs that I liked that were my favorites on this album, aside from Sweet Thing, is like, I don't know, there's like 5 or 6 songs. I love Astral Weeks. I've heard that song before, of course. I think it was Beside You, or let me double check the title. Yeah, it was Beside You, and then Cypress Avenue, which my friend has that sign in his apartment. So that's how I'd kind of heard of that title, but I'd not heard the song. That's a great song as well. I also really liked the last one called Slim Slow Slider. That's hard to say. But yeah, I mean, like from start to finish, this album was so good. And I don't know, there's just a sound that he captures, especially in his earlier albums, that I just feel like it's so distinct and you can't really duplicate it. It's just the production and the instruments and the arrangements. It's not a dated album at all. Like, you could still put this album on and love it. And if you've not heard Sweet Thing, I'm just so obsessed with that song. I have been for a long time, and I'm just so glad I listened to this album in its entirety from start to finish several times. So thank you, Norman, for recommending this, even though, you know, this is songs off of this album I'd heard, but I just hadn't listened to it from start to finish. So number 35, Mr. Van Morrison from Belfast, which is not far from where I live. Someday I hope to see him in concert, and that would be fab. So yeah, I really loved this album. I feel like I say that about them all, but it's true. I did.